Now your forecast first.
Sponsored by ESL Federal Credit Union.
Waking up on this Friday morning to a cloudy sky, and you're waking up to some slick spots. There was some freezing drizzle in the overnight. There's a bit of black ice out there, so be careful. Later this afternoon, we could see a break or two of sun, but it's going to be chilly. We'll talk about when the chill eases in my forecast.
Also had parts of New York cleaning up after some see record-breaking snowfall. Plus, Monroe County reporting the largest daily case increase since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic.
From the team you can trust. This is News 8 at Sunrise.
Good morning, I'm Leah Lando. Mark is off today. Thanks for waking up with us for News 8 at Sunrise. We'll get to all those headlines in just a bit. But first, we're going to begin with Josh Nichols and a look at the forecast. A different morning than it was this time yesterday, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Leah. But for sure, we have some slick spots to deal with. We had some freezing drizzle and some misty, fine, light, wet snow in the overnight. And that's why you're going to encounter a little bit of black ice this morning. Watch underfoot. Because you could easily take a slip and fall. We don't want that. Clouds out there right now. Uniform temperatures as a result for the most part into the 20s. Good morning to you in Canandaigua. You're at 23 degrees. And you can see those clouds here in satellite. The clouds are trying to break up. You know the old song, breaking up is hard to do, especially this time of year with the low cloud deck and the low sun angle. But I think we might actually see a sneak peek of the sun later on. We're looking at top temps today into the middle and upper 20s, Leah.
All right, always good to see the sunshine. Thank you so much. Now to the very latest on COVID-19 this morning. Take a look. We begin with the numbers from Monroe County. 729 new cases confirmed, the largest single-day increase. More than 700 people in the hospital with the virus, 141 in the ICU, 16 new deaths. The death toll in the county now stands at 429. Well, when it comes to vaccine distribution, ensuring it's delivered safely is a major step in fighting the virus. And one local company is helping to do just that. Josh Navarro is live from that business on West Henrietta Road with much more this morning. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning to you, Leah. Well, what this company is known for are their smart glasses, Vuex, right behind me. And right now they're being used by a company that is shipping temperature control containers to transport those critical COVID-19 vaccine, not only in our area, but throughout the country. Envirotainer is a company that air transports pharmaceuticals. They are using the Vuex smart glasses to support their fleet of more than 6,000 active temperature control containers for the COVID vaccine. The smart glasses help connect workers on the plane with an expert at remote locations who can train them and use the glasses that can track where each package is.
These giant containers start moving around in an airplane, it can cause all kinds of problems in the airplane and the likes. And getting that right, getting the vaccines in correctly, it's a big deal. And, you know, they're using our smart glasses to help enable that.
Now, Vuex has been in West Henrietta for more than 20 years and has nearly 100 employees, and they say they are very happy to help manufacture the fight against COVID-19. For now, we're live in Henrietta this morning. I'm Josh Navarro, News 8.
Yeah, it's great to see they're a part of that. Thank you so much, Josh, for that. For more on this story, head to rochesterfirst.com. An FDA advisory panel has recommended Moderna's coronavirus vaccine for emergency authorization. If approved, the company could begin shipping millions of doses for healthcare workers and nursing home residents. Combined with Pfizer's vaccine, 50 million Americans could be vaccinated by the end of January. The FDA is expected to quickly approve the vaccine as early as this weekend.
The vaccine efficacy rate for symptomatic COVID-19 infection was 94.1%. We also observed a dramatic reduction in severe cases.
According to officials, the FDA did not find any severe allergic reactions in Moderna's data, but flagged a slightly higher rate of less serious side effects like rashes, hives, and itching. And you might have heard about this. 2 healthcare workers in Alaska experienced allergic reactions after taking Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. One required immediate hospitalization following an increased heartbeat, shortness of breath, and a skin rash. Doctors say the reaction was serious but not life-threatening. They also say the healthcare worker remains enthusiastic about the future benefits of the vaccine and is still encouraging her colleagues to get it. Penfield students will be fully remote until the holiday break due to a small COVID-19 outbreak in the school's transportation department. Now concerns have been raised over whether students will be able to return in January. Penfield Superintendent Thomas Putnam says that depends on what happens over the holiday break. He's hopeful students can return to a hybrid model of learning because of the lack of spread in schools.
As the county numbers increase, that is part of it, but it really is the ability for us to staff our buildings, staff transportation, staff our buildings with teachers and essential workers. We've got to be able to do that in order to be in person for school.
Governor Cuomo and Dr. Mendoza have said while community spread is going up, the spread in schools has remained low. Well, shoveling snow is a part of life that comes with living right here in this area, but doctors are urging everyone to be especially careful and not overdo it. They say those who have existing heart conditions or high blood pressure could be at a higher risk for a heart attack while they shovel if they push themselves too hard. They also advise those who have had COVID-19 to be extra cautious this winter.
If you have an active infection of any type, you should not be out shoveling, period. Wait till you're over the flu, the COVID, whatever, before you go out shovel. If you've had a relatively mild case of COVID, go see your primary doctor to get the green light to go. COVID does affect the heart, and it can affect the heart very badly in some people. And so if you had a severe case of COVID or ended up in an ICU, definitely need to see a cardiologist before you do any kind of structured physical activity.
Doctors also say to watch for symptoms such as shortness of breath, dizziness, and abnormal pain. Well, taking a look at the heavy snowfall from Binghamton yesterday, where a state of emergency was put into effect. According to the National Weather Service, 41 inches had already fallen before 7 a.m. Thursday morning. This video is from right outside our sister station there, where they are seeing closer to 3 feet of snow. In Albany, nearly 23 inches of snow fell there. Snow removal from the roadways continued into late last night, and people certainly cleaning up this morning, I'm sure. Take a look at this video, an incredible time-lapse shot by Greg Greigel in Burnt Hills, New York, northeast of Schenectady. Greg says there were 32 inches of snow at his house Thursday morning. As you can see, it didn't take long to cover that tree.
Be careful what you wish for. You know,
right.
You want a white Christmas, well.
Always good advice.
You got it.
You just might get it all.
That's right.
Careful what you wish for. Well, here we are, Friday morning. A lot quieter out there, Josh.
It is a lot quieter. The problem, though, is that we had a little bit of freezing drizzle overnight. So that's causing some black ice, and what it is, that is just a clear layer of ice that covers the blacktop and the pavement, and it's deceptive because it looks like nothing but a shiny surface. But don't go near it. It's slippery in those spots. Wind chills still in the teens. The chill will ease. We'll talk more about that in my forecast.
All right, be safe out there. Thank you so much. Coming up next in Health Watch, a new study showing how severe the death rate is from COVID-19, plus how people have reconnected with nature during this pandemic.
You're watching News 8, the team you can trust. Mark Ruba, Leah Lando, and meteorologist Josh Nichols. You're watching News 8 at sunrise.
News 8, sponsored by Faraci Lang Injury Attorneys.
When you have zero worries and zero stress, there are zero reasons not to get into a Volkswagen. Click, call, or come by today. Visit our Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event and lease the 2020 Jetta S today with zero down, zero deposit, zero first month's payment, and zero due at signing.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. So all the joints up the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, we can reduce the risk of injury and chronic pain.
Hip, knee, or back pain? See if Arch Supports can help you at the Good Feet store.
How cool is William Matar? He once bowled a 300 over 4 games. He's the life of the party.
But it wasn't a dog, it was a banana.
So how cool is William Matar?
Very cool.
Centra Minis may be small, but they pack a punch. With over 20 essential vitamins and minerals, they're the most complete mini multivitamin, so you can focus on punching above your weight, no matter how high you set the bar. Try Centra Minis.
Time to start brushing with Parodontax toothpaste? If your gums bleed when you brush, the answer is yes. The clock may be ticking towards worse. Parodontax is 3 times more effective at removing plaque, the main cause of bleeding gums. Parodontax.
Let's build weeks of meticulous planning. The ring comes in early, and hands were sweating, had the game plan.
It seems that I recall you got down on your knee and proposed to her before she even had her coat off coming through the door. What did you say when you presented the ring?
I don't remember, but it was a great story.
You are home.
Start your story at Cornell's Jewelers.
This holiday season, we'll be celebrating life's little moments and big moments. Moments that bring out the best in us. Finding new ways to come together. Sharing delicious meals and celebrating community and family. All through love. From our family to yours, wishing you a safe and happy holiday. From Wegmans. There are 0 reasons not to get into a Volkswagen, especially now that you can start shopping from home. Click, call, or come by today. Visit our Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event and lease the 2020 Tiguan S4 Motion today with 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 to its signing.
From the weather team you can trust, here's meteorologist Josh Nichols.
Well, officially in Rochester, just shy of 3 inches of snow. We now have a whole 8.8 inches for the season. By the way, in Binghamton, they had about 8 inches in that storm yesterday in about an hour and a half. So just a remarkable system yesterday, one for the record books, one that will be studied for a long time to come. By the way, last season through this date in Rochester, we had already accumulated 34.2 inches. We still have some snowfall prospects coming our way, I think maybe even as we head towards Christmas. We'll talk more about that as the days roll along. But in the meantime, for the day today, I want to let you know that there are some slick spots out there this morning. You got to be careful. There was some freezing drizzle overnight and a little bit of fine, misty, light, wet snow. So that's led to some black ice. So be careful underfoot. Some breaks of sun are possible later this afternoon. Temperatures into the 20s. So yes, again, some patchy black ice. Some brightening to the sky this afternoon will be nice. It's been fairly gray. A cold night ahead, though. Once that sky does partially clear, temperatures take a tumble thanks to radiational cooling. All the heating of the day goes out into outer space, and so you're left with dropping temperatures in a big way. In fact, the areas with the deepest snowpack will be coldest overnight tonight into Saturday morning, and then the chill will gradually ease over the weekend. Not too much to speak of. You can see that big storm off the coast. In the meantime, here again, a lot of low-level moisture kind of left over, so that's why clouds will be tough to break up here for this morning until some drier air can come in. And when it does, we will see some partial sun for early Saturday. Then this next front makes its way towards us with maybe a shower of rain or wet snow. Look at where temperatures go. I mean, Binghamton is in a proverbial igloo here with that deep snowpack. They drop to 0 by Saturday morning, but even the clear sky will send our temperatures down into the teens Saturday morning, so keep that in mind. 24 right now with a heavy overcast, stubborn low clouds. Feels like 15 at this time when you factor in a little bit of a breeze. And again, a little bit of patchy, misty, light freezing drizzle in the overnight. So be careful underfoot this morning for sure. There's the 8-day forecast. And of course, watch for those secondary untreated and elevated road surfaces. They are also slick in spots. There's the 8-day forecast. Colder for Saturday morning. Sun gives way to clouds. Look at the temperatures back to near 40. There'll be some melting going on into the weekends. Very quiet weather, though, outside of a shower or wet flurry. And then we get towards the holiday. I think there might be a system that brings some rain Christmas Eve that changes to snow on Christmas Day. There's a lot to work out in those details, but I want to just give you a heads up that there's still hope for some snow for Christmas morning.
That song, I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas, playing in all of our heads.
And we might be more than dreaming. Yeah, it should be interesting.
We'll stay tuned. Thank you so much. Time now for your morning health watch. New research of more than 130,000 patients in the hospital in France shows COVID-19 causes more severe disease than the flu. Death rates were 3 times higher in COVID patients, and they also required more intensive care than flu patients. Researchers say patients who take certain hypertension drugs are not at a higher risk for COVID-19. Researchers at Columbia University analyzing data on more than 1 million patients and found no increased risk of COVID diagnosis or hospitalization. And the pandemic is giving many of us a better relationship with nature. A University of Vermont study shows in the early months of this pandemic, 26% of park visitors had rarely or never visited in the year prior. Researchers say the outdoors can have mental benefits during these challenging times. Time now is 5:15. Still to come, how one teacher's selfless act helped save the life of a fellow school employee. But first, let's take a look at the area's lowest gas prices in our News 8 Fuel Finder.
Happy Hanukkah from all of us at Channel 8 WROC.
Liberty Dental in Greece is open for all your dental needs. We are available 7 days a week and ensure the latest sterilization techniques for your safety. And we now accept HealthFlex. Call Liberty Dental today, 434-2090.
Money a little tight this holiday season? Here's a great solution. Bring your unwanted jewelry, diamonds, coins, and collectibles to the Jewelry and Coin Exchange and get more money. Need a gift for someone special? The Jewelry and Coin Exchange has you covered with high-quality jewelry at near wholesale prices. With a large selection, you're sure to find that perfect gift. This holiday season, go to the Jewelry and Coin Exchange and get more when you sell and pay less when you buy. You'll be glad you did.
Arby's 2 for $6 everyday value lets you choose from the classics. Arby's classic roast beef sandwiches and the new crispy chicken cheddar ranch that never existed till now. Arby's, our drive-thru is open.
The holidays are full of tradition. But it's time they got a technology update. With a new Hyundai, filled with available features like blind spot cameras and oversized touchscreens. And with the big savings of Hyundai holidays, these are sure to make your holiday. Hyundai Holidays. The longer you look, the more there is to like.
For a limited time, lease a 2020 Hyundai Tucson for $149 a month. Or get up to $3,750 in total savings. Offers end soon.
During this season of giving, Volunteers of America and Channel 8 WROC invite you to help our neighbors in need here in Rochester. Through our 8 Caring Gifts campaign, you can help VOA provide safe shelter for homeless families, care for at-risk children, and support for struggling veterans. Due to the pandemic, your gift is needed more than ever as people struggle with job losses, isolation, and housing instability. To make a gift that will change a life, call 647-1150 or visit VOA's website.
Here's what's coming up tonight on Channel 8 WROC.
Auto Outlets USA is open for business. If you're looking to buy or sell, we're here to help. Over 100 vehicles under 12 grand. Great prices in a safe environment. AutoOutletSUSA.com.
You're watching News 8.
Time now is 5:18. Let's take a look at the latest headlines. Congress appears to be on the verge of passing a new pandemic relief measure. A $900 billion deal is on the table. A new feature added stimulus checks of about $700 per person. There's also $300 a week in federal unemployment benefits for the next 4 months. Congress has until midnight Saturday to agree on a deal to avoid a government shutdown. A look at the latest COVID-19 numbers from Monroe County. 729 new cases confirmed, the largest single-day increase. More than 700 people in the hospital with the virus, 141 in the ICU, 16 new deaths. The death toll in the county now stands at 429. Well, teachers can be some of the best role models, and the best lessons are often set by example. As Chip Reed reports, an act of kindness can go a long way and could even mean saving someone's life.
Brooklyn, what is 2 times 7?
Third grade teacher Erin Durga's dad, also a teacher, once gave her a piece of advice. Befriend the school custodians because they are the heart of the school. But when custodian Pat Mertens needed something, it wasn't a heart, it was a kidney. Too proud to ask for help on his own, his daughter took to Facebook, pleading for someone to donate one and help save a life.
How did you react to that news?
I turned to my husband, who was sitting in the chair next to me, and I said, Pat needs a kidney. It needs to be O-type blood, and I think it's going to be me.
She was right.
It's official.
Durga was a match.
Oh, my God. there were tears and there were hugs, and it was beautiful.
I'm sure you've said it before, but what would you like to say to Aaron right now?
Oh, Aaron, I don't know how I can ever thank you.
Aaron, do you need a lot of thanks?
No, I feel somewhat embarrassed almost every time he says it.
The July transplant was a success, and both were well enough to return to work in August.
Would it be fair to say that she gave you your life back?
Oh, most definitely. Yes, she did.
And there's no greater gift than that. Chip Reed, CBS News.
Well, that's for sure.
What a great story.
Yeah.
Who buys who a Coke?
A coffee.
A coffee.
At this hour.
That's right.
Cold out there, but
cold?
The snow not falling.
And of course, what we received paled in comparison to what happened in Binghamton. Just an incredible snowfall gradient.
41 inches.
41 inches. Meanwhile, here about 4 inches. So, truly something that's going to be studied for a while. Right now, cloudy, a little breezy, and there are slick spots. Got to watch out. There was a little freezing drizzle in the overnight. 24 the temperature right now. Feels like 15 when you factor in that wind chill. There are some of the breaks in the clouds that actually will offer up at least some partial sun before the day is out. At the bus stop this morning, again, have the heavier winter coat, but also watch out underfoot for a little bit of that black ice as you head out the door.
Good advice there. All right, thank you so much. Time now is 5:21. Still to come, a timely twist on a holiday tradition, how pandemic-themed ornaments for Christmas trees are selling out.
News 8, sponsored by Lynch Furniture.
Lord & Taylor's Going Out of Business sale is your place for last-minute shopping. Find holiday gifts and treats for friends, family, and your home at 60 to 80% off the lowest ticketed prices. Gifts from our fine jewelry department are 75% off, plus an extra 10% off the already reduced price. Everything in our discount rug galleries is up to 80% off, and save up to 80% in our fur galleries and select stores. It's the final days to save at select Lord & Taylor locations. Visit your store for complete details. It's your last chance to shop Lord & Taylor stores for Christmas. Shop now and save big before it's too late.
The North Bee Shop, locally owned, creatively unique, and the only honey and beeswax shop in the Finger Lakes region.
The North Bee Shop, 27 North Avenue, Webster.
The preparation, the anticipation, the holiday cheer. Whether you're creating new traditions or rekindling warm holiday memories, at Tops Friendly Markets, we want to help your family make this Christmas one to remember with the best and most delicious deals in town. For everything you need to create a magical and Merry Christmas, make the holidays with Tops.
Here we go again. Bogle wine for just $5.49. Hi, it's Leanne from Lisa's Liquor Barn. Bogle is an award-winning California wine for $8.49 per bottle, but save even more with an $18 mail-in rebate on 6 bottles. Your final cost just $5.49 per bottle, and you're allowed 3 rebates per household for savings up to $54. What a great deal from our friends at Bogle Vineyards. For the lowest prices in Rochester, come to Lisa's Liquor Barn in Penfield. Why pay more?
Friend, I'd like to invite you to watch the Ernest Angley Hour every Sunday morning at 7 on WROC 8. You will enjoy good gospel music and singing, powerful messages by the Reverend Ernest Angley. You will witness the hand of God in action as Reverend Angley ministers to people in the healing line. That's Sunday morning at 7 on WROC 8. Always remember, friend, you are special to God.
It's the season to save with one low pin on all trim levels in stock now at Marina. During employee pricing for all, drive a new Ram 1500 Warlock for just $319 a month with only your first payment due at signing. An offer like this can only be made by Marina. Come to Marina Ram.
The Bills Report tonight on News 8, sponsored by MVP Healthcare. You're watching News 8.
In a holiday season like no other, reminders of 2020 are hanging on some Christmas trees. Nancy Chen reports on how pandemic-themed ornaments are flying off the shelves.
This year, even decking the halls looks a little different.
A little Santa with a mask on it, Merry Christmas.
Pandemic-themed Christmas tree ornaments are among the season's most popular buys.
This one right here, it's kind of like a Yelp review for 2020. half a star, would not recommend.
Emergency room doctor Katrina Green has 10 on her Nashville tree. And more on the way.
I thought, why not just play around with it? This is our 2020 dumpster fire ornament that we created.
Kelly Barra's Novelty Goods warehouse is in overdrive as her Texas team works on 35,000 now sold out pandemic ornaments.
It's a family with face masks, and then we've got 2020 right here. And so this is, I guess, representative of the COVID virus, toilet paper, and then hand sanitizer.
Ornaments often remind us of past adventures or milestone events, but in 2020, they also might commemorate some unusual shared experiences. Have you been surprised by all of this?
Yes.
OrnamentShop.com co-owner Wayne Dulesky says he's never seen a concentrated demand like this. The Ohio-based retailer has about 6,000 personalized ornaments to choose from, and a quarter of his sales in recent weeks have been pandemic-related.
If you want to have some lighthearted nature to your existence about what's been going on, it's a way to do that in a small way.
Decorators trimming their trees with a nod to these unusual times. Nancy Chen, CBS News, New York.
Ornament vendors say hopefully these tokens will be something people look back on in better times, and hopefully all of you watching have some good memories from 2020. I know I do, and that's what I'll focus on.
And my brother has the ornament with the mask on it with the Santa. That's kind of cute.
Yeah, they are cute for sure. So weather-wise, it's nice. There's a nice coating of snow out there, and we're looking at a little bit of ice this morning. People want to be aware of that, right?
A little bit of black ice underfoot, yes, indeed. That's that clear coating of ice. It covers the blacktop on certain paved surfaces that can make you take notice. For sure, you could take a slip and fall if you're not careful, so keep that in mind. Also, if you're heading out on the road, secondary, untreated, and elevated road surfaces all will have those slick spots. And there are some side streets in Rochester, by the way, that are still snow-covered. I don't understand that. But anyways, 5:27 a.m. Wind chill is at 15, and we've got some breaks in the clouds out there. There's your planner over the next 24 hours. Notice we might see a glimpse of sun later this afternoon, despite the chill, Leah.
All right. Always good to see that. Thank you so much. Coming up, details on a new technology made right here in Rochester, helping transport the COVID-19 vaccine. That and the rest of your morning headlines right after the break. Stay with us.
Happy holidays from all of us at Channel 8 WROC.
Head home this holiday with the one you love. Visit your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today for exceptional lease and financing offers at the Mercedes-Benz Winter Event.
When I got engaged, I was scared. Forever was a long time. It's not long enough now. So when I think about retirement, it would be having more time to spend with family and the grandkids. And that's just a beautiful thing. You start to realize that, all right, I did some good things in life, and now you just start to see that cycle just keep going.
New phone? Yep, I got a new one when I switched over to Spectrum Mobile. They're faster overall and more reliable.
They all say that. It's just jibber jabber.
Jibber jabber?
Yeah,
you know, balderdash.
Hooey. What? Did you sense any flapdoodle?
What is flapdoodle? I think it's like hemming and hawing.
With a little bit of hogwash.
No, they're just faster and more reliable. Okie dokie. No flim-flam.
Spectrum Mobile gives you the fastest overall speeds and the most reliable service coast to coast. It's a better way to mobile. Spectrum Mobile.
Make it a magical Christmas at Purple Moon Cottage, an intimate shopping experience for skincare, gifts, collectibles, home, and holiday decor. There's something for everyone this Christmas at Purple Moon Cottage.
Alexa, enable the News 8 WROC skill.
Remarkable women are everywhere. They inspire us, lead us, and make a difference in our lives.
Tell us about the remarkable women in your life. We want to share their stories.
WROC is searching for the remarkable women of Rochester.
Go to rochesterfirst.com and nominate someone special.
All New Oz, the interview with the nation's Surgeon General Jerome Adams that left me stunned.
Why should they trust the science and get the vaccine when it's their turn?
Dr. Oz, today at 9 on Channel 8. Now your forecast first.
Sponsored by ESL Federal Credit Union.
You're waking up here on this Friday morning to some slick spots. A little bit of black ice out there owing to some freezing drizzle. Check out your forecast, though. Clouds will break for a little bit of sun today. Despite the chill, it'll be nice to see a little bit of that sunshine. Easy for me to say. We'll talk about your weekend in my forecast.
Tongue twister there. All right, also ahead, Congress is inching closer to passing a COVID relief bill. Plus, how a company right here in Rochester is helping with the nationwide distribution of the COVID-19 vaccine.
From the team you can trust. This is News 8 at Sunrise.
Good morning. The time now is 5:30. Thanks for waking up with us for News 8 at Sunrise. Mark is off today, and we'll get to those headlines in just a bit. But first, straight to meteorologist Josh Nichols for a look at the forecast. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Leah, and happy Friday to you at home here at 5:30 a.m. Use a little extra caution and a little extra care stepping out the door here this morning and getting on the roads. We do have some slick spots as a result of some freezing drizzle in the overnight, especially north of the Thruway. Right now here in Rochester, it is cloudy and we've got a bit of a chill. 25 the temperature in Webster. Good morning to you. Good morning, Geneva. You had roughly 5 inches of snow. You're at 22 degrees. We do have some breaks in the clouds. I think that bodes well, at least for a peak or two of the sun later on. Town by town we go. Your top temp today in Greece is at 28. We're at 28 in Penn. We make our way towards 30 in Dansville. Leah?
All right, thank you very much. Now for the very latest on COVID-19 this morning in our area when it comes to vaccine distribution. Ensuring it's delivered safely is a major step in fighting the virus, and one local company is helping to do just that. Josh Navarro is live from that business. It's on West Henrietta Road, and he has the details on this. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning to you, Leah. Well, what this company is known for are their smart glasses here behind me, Vuex, and right now they're being used by a company that is shipping temperature-controlled containers to transport those critical COVID-19 vaccines, not only in our area but throughout the country. Envirotainer is a company that air transports pharmaceuticals. They are using the Vuex smart glasses to support their fleet of more than 6,000 active temperature-controlled containers for the vaccine. The smart glasses help connect workers on the planes with experts at remote locations who can train them and track where each container is.
These giant containers start moving around in an airplane, it can cause all kinds of problems in the airplane and the likes. And getting that right, getting the vaccines in correctly, it's a big deal. And, you know, they're using our smart glasses to help enable that.
Now, Vuex has been in West Henrietta for more than 20 years and have more than 100 employees, and they say they are happy to be a part of the fight against COVID-19. For now, we're live in Henrietta this morning. I'm Josh Navarro, News 8.
All right, Josh, thank you so much. For more on this story, head to rochesterfirst.com. Well, Congress appears to be on the verge of passing a new pandemic relief measure. A $900 billion deal is on the table. A new addition, stimulus checks of about $700 per person. There's also $300 a week in federal unemployment benefits for the next 4 months, along with $80 billion for schools. Lawmakers say they will stay in session until a bill is passed. Congress has until midnight Saturday to agree on a deal, and if not, there could be a shutdown of much of the federal government.
So we need to complete this work, and we need to complete it right away. That's what I've said. The Senate's not going anywhere until we have COVID relief out the door. We're staying right here until COVID relief is out the door.
We have a responsibility to get this right. People's lives depend upon it.
The deal also includes billions more for vaccine distribution, rental assistance, and much more. New York State and local leaders are reacting to reports that the stimulus package is not expected to include relief for state and local governments. Currently, the state is facing a $15 billion budget gap. Governor Cuomo says that doing the budget now with no federal aid would lead to extraordinarily high tax increases and result in thousands of layoffs.
I favor waiting until next year, because if we close the $15 billion hole this December, I can tell you the cuts to education are going to cause school districts to lay off teachers all across the board.
The governor has stated that he would be speaking with President-elect Biden and other governors across the country about this issue. We'll keep you posted on that. Well, with all the talk on holiday package delays, Uber is launching a feature in Rochester offering another method for sending gifts. Uber Connect assigns you a delivery person. You put in your address and where you're sending the package. When the driver arrives, you walk out to the car, put it in the back seat. The company has been rolling this feature out around the country for 3 months, but just recently started in upstate New York.
You know, let's say your UPS package is delayed and you're like, oh shoot, I really need to get something for my grandson. You can run into town, grab something, Uber connect it right over to your grandson across town, not have to worry about the delays.
Uber says it hopes to work with stores for deliveries in the future. The Greecetown Board has voted on a new police chief. Former Deputy Chief of Operations and Special Services Andrew Forsyth will take over the position. After 6 years, current Chief Patrick Phelan is retiring effective December 31st. He will be named as the new Executive Director of the New York State Association of Chiefs of Police. Police have identified the man who they say robbed a bank yesterday in the city of Rochester. According to RPD, 64-year-old Sylvester Reed threatened and robbed the ESL Bank on Merchants Road just before 2:30 Wednesday afternoon. Police say they caught Reed after he crashed his car into a house while trying to get away. He is charged with robbery and grand larceny. Reed is already on parole for a prior bank robbery conviction. New York Attorney General Letitia James is co-leading a lawsuit against the search engine giant Google. The Attorney General claims the company has maintained a monopoly over other search services as well as search advertising markets. 38 others have also signed on to this lawsuit. Google has yet to comment. Many Bills fans have been very vocal about their feelings towards the New England Patriots and head coach Bill Belichick for many years. But some folks may want to rethink their opinions after a donation to an organization right here in Rochester. AJ Feldman has more.
For a Western New Yorker, Ron Camp has always had a surprising opinion of the Bills' arch nemesis.
I always liked Bill Belichick just because of his dryness.
But now the Challenger Miracle Field of Greater Rochester president has even more of a reason to like the Patriots head coach after a surprising donation.
I kind of went, really? I just don't see this happening.
The organization picked up a $10,000 grant from the Bill Belichick Foundation, which has a mission of bringing a love of sports, coaching, and team building to the athletic leaders of tomorrow.
It was just a welcome surprise, and I mean, we're in the heart of Bills country, so it's like, wow, okay. I haven't quite converted to a Patriots fan, but when they're playing somebody else, I'm kind of pulling for them.
The Miracle Field provides athletic opportunities to people with disabilities who have been hit especially hard by the pandemic.
They're frustrated. They're bored. It's not much of a stretch to say that they're probably a little depressed because social interaction isn't there, and that's what this is really all about. Miracle Field, yeah, we play sports, but it's a social environment for all these players and kids and families.
So when you see Belichick play the Bills Monday night after Christmas, remember how the Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes with 1 donation.
I'm sure behind that persona is an image that we probably don't see a whole lot.
Reporting for News 8, I'm AJ Feldman.
Well, no matter how you feel about him, you got to be thankful for that. Great story there. Well, the Bills will kick off Saturday at 4:30 against the Broncos in Denver. Be sure to tune in for a special Friday night edition of Buffalo Kickoff Live starting at 7 p.m. on News 8 and then moving to RochesterFirst.com at 7:30. After the game Saturday, head over to our website for a special post-game edition of the Bills post-game show. With a win, the Bills will clinch the AFC East Division title for the first time since 1995. Go Bills, go Bills, go Bills. We'll be watching. They're looking really good lately.
Looking real good.
Yeah. Your forecast not looking too bad. A slight warm-up in time for the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, 40 degrees is within reach by Sunday, so you know, nice to thaw out a little bit after some of the snow. But, you know, the snow is going to stick around on the ground, which is good news if you want to do a little sledding, some skiing over the weekend. Sounds kind of good to me, too. As far as the wind chill is concerned, a little cold out there this morning, and we've got a little bit of black ice. We'll talk about the chill, the patchy black ice, and prospects for maybe the holiday looking the way you want it to in my forecast.
Maybe a white Christmas. We'll have to see. Thank you so much. Also coming up, a look at vaccine distribution across the U.S. as COVID cases around the country continue to rise.
You're watching News 8, the team you can trust. Mark Ruba, Leah Lando, and meteorologist Josh Nichols. You're watching News 8 at sunrise.
Nominate your child's teacher for a Golden Apple Award on RochesterFirst.com.
Wow, a new Buick for me?
To James from James. That's just what I wanted.
Is this a new Buick?
I Secret Santa'd myself.
I shouldn't have. I have been very good this year.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Don't forget you this holiday season. Get an SUV from Buick. Now everyone can get GM employee pricing on most Buick SUV models. Current eligible Buick lessees use it to get this low mileage lease on this 2020 Encore GX for around $179 per month.
Reed's Jewelers has been proud to be part of the holidays since 1912. We've seen a lot over the last 108 years, but nothing quite like this. Since reopening, we've strictly followed all CDC guidelines. Our top priority is to keep our associates, their families, and our clients healthy. If you're comfortable shopping in store, we welcome you. You may also schedule a virtual appointment or shop online at reedsjewelers.com. From my family to yours, have a joyous and healthy holiday.
Get ready to do a double take during the Lazy Boy 2 Great Chairs, 1 Low Price event at Lynch Furniture. Take relaxation to new heights and save big on 2 Lazy Boy recliners starting from just $6.99. Mix and match from our great selection of genuine Lazy Boy recliners built for quality and comfort, or upgrade to a pair of power recliners and relax at the touch of a button. The Lazy Boy 2 Great Chairs, 1 Low Price event at Lynch Furniture in downtown Canandaigua.
Dad, we do this every day.
When I was your age, we didn't have the all-new 2021 Nissan Rogue with snow mode. You know what we had? The occasional Sunday drive, a gravel road here and there. We didn't get to experience the thrill of groundbreaking driving technology on a daily basis like you kids do.
The all-new, fiercely reimagined Nissan Rogue. Get a low $219 per month lease or get 0.9% financing for 36 months on the 2021 Rogue.
Do these look familiar? They should. These are the channels Dish has dropped in the past. Dropping local stations and networks is Dish's thing. Their CEO says it's profitable. Doesn't matter what his customers must endure or for how long. He's saving Dish money. Right now, Dish has dropped more than 200 local stations, cable channels, and regional sports networks. If Dish is treating you this way, call them. Call Dish. Demand the credit you deserve. Here's their number.
From the weather team you can trust, here's meteorologist Josh Nichols.
One last look at the storm that was, which for Rochester really was a walk in the park in comparison to what they had to deal with in places like Binghamton. We had 8 inches of snow in Penn Yan. Heard from one of our spotters on Italy Hill, 10 inches there. We had officially in Rochester 2.9 inches of snow. We just got that word in from the National Weather Service. 7 inches in Groveland. Canandaigua had 6. But again, in Binghamton, New York, they had 41 inches of snow. A remarkable gradient in between the Finger Lakes and south central New York with that system. Clouds, slick spots here this morning owing to a little bit of freezing drizzle overnight. That gives way to some breaks of sun later today. Your top temp into the mid-20s. That brightening to the sky, though, will mean some clearing, obviously. Any clearing that develops means radiational cooling for tonight. So these temperatures are really going to start to take a tumble, especially in areas with the deepest snowpack overnight. And then as we work our way into the weekend, I think the chill will ease after that cold start on Saturday. A lot of residual low-level moisture here. And again, that's causing some issues. There's a little bit of black ice. That's that clear layer of ice on blacktop that just looks shiny. Doesn't look like much, but it can make you take a little bit of a slip and fall if you're not careful. Also watch out for secondary untreated and elevated road surfaces. They could be slick as well. Your Saturday starts with partial sun, ends with clouds as our next system comes in. It's weak, but it will mean a shower or flurry Saturday night. Again, with deep snowpack, it's like living in an igloo here down in Binghamton. Look at these low temperatures Saturday morning. Still pretty cold here in Rochester, but not as cold. This is a fast forward to Christmas Eve. It's going to be mild with showers out ahead of a cold front. But see that snow back to the west? That's some sharply colder air. That could be here in time for Christmas Day to give us some snow Christmas morning. We will keep you posted. 24 right now, feels like 15 in Rochester. And again, we've got a lot of those clouds, but they are trying to break up. A little freezing drizzle, still patchy in spots north of the Thruway. Futurecast shows the clouds are going to try to thin as we head into the afternoon. The old song, breaking up is hard to do, very applicable to this kind of pattern. Breaking up those clouds is hard to do with that low sun angle, but I think we will see at least some breaks in the clouds before the day is out. There's the 8-day forecast. Again, cold to start Saturday, a lot of clouds in place. Temperatures will moderate as we head into early next week. You can track the weather forecast along with us at any time of day. All you have to do is download the News 8 app right to your smartphone. So for sledders and skiers and for snowboarders, the snow that's on the ground really not going anywhere this weekend. Might be able to add to it in time for Christmas. We'll see.
All right. Let's hope so. Thank you so much. Still to come, the U.S. reporting over 3,000 COVID-related deaths in a single day. How hospitals nationwide are responding.
Watch News 8's First Responder Spotlight on RochesterFirst.com.
If you've been injured in an accident, you could have multiple claims. Our team can handle all of them and get you the money you are entitled to. Call the law offices of Kenneth Hiller today.
We love the new apartment.
The natural light is amazing.
Hardwood floors.
There is a bit of a clogging problem.
At least Geico makes it easy to bundle our renters and car insurance.
Yeah, helping us save even more.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
With Mitsubishi Electric's revolutionary hyperheating systems, you can keep one or every room toasty with lower energy bills and no new ductwork, even when temperatures outside dip to -13. So your home will never feel like an icebox. Right, Buster? Good boy. Mitsubishi Electric Cooling and Heating. Make yourself comfortable.
Call AirQuip Heating and Air and get up to $4,500 in rebates on a Mitsubishi Electric multi-zone system.
People used to call me twinkle toes, fancy feet, tippy toes, because I used to walk on the balls of my feet. My friend David told me to go to the Good Feet store.
When Victor came in, he was in a lot of pain.
My pain level was always at a 8, 9, or 10.
He was just there for his free fitting.
Once Beth sized me and put my arch supports into my shoes, I immediately knew.
When he took those first couple of steps, you could see it in his eyes. He was convinced.
I'm able to enjoy the things that I enjoy doing. And people don't call me twinkle toes anymore.
Open Door is a great place because it helps you with your whole self. It's not just about the addiction. And I can't think of anywhere else I would want to be to do that. It's safe, it's challenging, but it works.
This holiday season, support local, shop local.
Here's what's coming up tonight on Channel 8 WROC.
Auto Outlets USA is open for business. If you're looking to buy or sell, we're here to help. Over 100 vehicles under 12 grand. Great prices in a safe environment. AutoOutletsUSA.com.
You're watching News 8.
Time now is 5:48 in the news this morning. Congress appears to be on the verge of passing a new pandemic relief measure. A $900 billion deal is on the table. A new addition, stimulus checks of about $700 per person. There's also $300 a week in federal unemployment benefits for the next 4 months. Congress has until midnight Saturday to agree on a deal to avoid a government shutdown. A look now at the latest COVID-19 numbers from Monroe County. 729 new cases confirmed, the largest single-day increase. More than 700 people in the hospital with the virus, 141 in the ICU, 16 new deaths. The death toll in the county now stands at 429. Well, according to Johns Hopkins, 3,656 Americans died from the coronavirus yesterday alone, pushing the total number to more than 310,000. But there was some good news yesterday. A second vaccine is on track to be available in just a few days. Deborah Alfarone has more from Capitol Hill.
It looks like we have a favorable vote.
An FDA advisory panel is recommending Moderna's coronavirus vaccine be authorized for emergency use.
It looks like the benefits outweigh the risk from what I've seen.
It comes 1 week after the same group of scientists endorsed Pfizer's vaccine.
Our vote was even more overwhelming
tonight.
The FDA says it will work rapidly to authorize Moderna's vaccine. Nearly 6 million doses could start shipping out in the days ahead.
When people go to get their vaccine right now, it won't be a choice whether, I want Pfizer or I want Moderna.
Moderna's vaccine doesn't require the ultra-cold storage that Pfizer's does, meaning it can better reach rural communities.
We have finally turned the corner from just a defensive strategy around COVID-19 to, in fact, an offensive strategy.
The attending physician here on Capitol Hill told members of Congress they should unequivocally be vaccinated. Pfizer's doses are being made available to all 3 branches under government continuity requirements.
I look forward in the days ahead to receiving the vaccine myself.
Vice President Mike Pence and Second Lady Karen Pence will be vaccinated today. President-elect Joe Biden will get his as soon as next week.
I don't want to get ahead of the line, but I want to make sure that we demonstrate to the American people that it is safe to take.
Federal officials hope 50 million Americans will have gotten at least their first shot by February. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington. So many people have been holding their breath for this moment, for the vaccine to come out. All right, time now is 5:50, 24 degrees. Dealing with a little bit of black ice out there.
Yeah, it has me concerned because, it's so easy to just walk out the door and then you don't know what you're up against.
You're not thinking about it.
And then, poof, down you go. We don't want that.
No.
And you got to be careful, too, on those side roads, too. There are some side roads that are not even plowed very much in Rochester. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on there. But in any event, 5:51 a.m., and we've got a little bit of a breeze out there, as you can see, as we look at our live sky eye. 24, the temperature in Honeywell Falls. Good morning to you, Geneva. You're at 22. Good morning, Penn. You're at 22 as well. Feels like it's in the teens in many spots this morning. There are some breaks in the clouds at this time, and we will find at least a break or two in the overcast with maybe a little sun before the day is out. But it's going to be another cold day, so got to bundle up, Leah.
Right. Thank you so much. Well, still to come, we're talking about ways to beat the winter blues with food. Hear what one dietitian has to say later on News 8 at sunrise. She's not talking about cookies, by the way.
News 8 is proud to put Rochester first by supporting the following event. The American Red Cross Give Back When You Take Back blood drive. Saturday, December 26th at the mall at Grace Ridge. Sign up at redcrossblood.org.
Make your weekly picks in Channel 8's Football Pick'em at rochesterfirst.com.
When you have zero worries and zero stress, there are zero reasons not to get into a Volkswagen. Click, call, or come by today. Visit our Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event and lease the 2020 Jetta S today with 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
This is the most important jewelry purchase that you'll ever make. And it's one of the biggest moments of your life as well. Thanks to Cornell Jewelers, she absolutely loves her ring.
Start your story with Cornell's Jewelers.
I belong to you.
Step into this world of elegance, and you'll be saying, ooh la la. Inspiration to happiness surrounds you at Lala of Webster Boutique. Build self-confidence with unique and exclusive apparel. Communicate affection with beautiful jewelry and gifts by local artisans. Lala of Webster encourages health and wellness with carefully gathered gifts and locally sourced products, including lotions, soaps, essential oils, and natural cleaning products. Lala of Webster. You'll look and feel inspired.
It's the season to save with one low pin on all trim levels in stock now at Marina. During employee pricing for all, drive a new Jeep Compass for just $239 a month with only your first payment due at signing. An offer like this can only be made by Marina. Come to Marina Jeep.
Lord & Taylor's Going Out of Business sale is your place for last-minute shopping. Find holiday gifts and treats for friends, family, and your home at 60 to 80% off the lowest ticketed prices. Gifts from our fine jewelry department are 75% off, plus an extra 10% off the already reduced price. Everything in our discount rug galleries is up to 80% off, and save up to 80% in our fur galleries and select stores. It's the final days to save at select Lord & Taylor locations. Visit your store for complete details. It's your last chance to shop Lord & Taylor stores for Christmas. Shop now and save big before it's too late.
There are zero reasons not to get into a Volkswagen, especially now that you can start shopping from home. Click, call, or come by today. Visit our Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event and lease the 2020 Tiguan S4 Motion today with 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
The cop who adopted an abused little girl. Then he became taken with Kyla's loving spirit.
It melted my heart right away.
Watch the next Inside Edition.
Today at 4:30 on Channel 8 WROC.
Well, FedEx is reporting a record year, plus details on a lawsuit against Google. Here's Diane King Hall with Money Watch.
Wall Street moved higher on Thursday. The Dow gained 148 points. The Nasdaq jumped 106, and the S&P 500 added 21. The coronavirus pandemic has led to record earnings for FedEx. In the delivery giant's latest quarterly report, FedEx saw profit double to $1.2 billion. The quarter includes the start of what's expected to be a record holiday season for online shopping. Still, shares of FedEx fell after hours because the company acknowledged continued uncertainty and higher costs due to the pandemic. Lawmakers say they're close to finalizing an agreement on a new coronavirus relief spending package. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said last night the Senate won't leave town without a deal. Congressional leaders are also working on a larger spending bill to keep the government from shutting down on Saturday. The third antitrust lawsuit against Google in just 9 weeks has been filed. This one is by 38 states that allege the company has a monopoly with online search. In a statement, Colorado's Attorney General said consumers are being denied the possibility of higher quality services and advertisers are hit with higher prices. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane King Hall.
All right, we searched the weather forecast today. What are we going to get?
Let's see, cold and cloudy.
A little different than yesterday.
Yeah, a little different than yesterday. Quiet, but there will be some breaks of sun later on, so that'll be nice. 5:56 a.m. Want to let you know that there's some black ice underfoot. That's that clear, thin coating of ice on black tops and sidewalks and parking lots that you might not see. So just be careful. Feels like 16 degrees right now in Rochester and feels like 8 in Toronto. Boy, that's cold. Satellite shows some breaks in the clouds. I think, again, that bodes well for at least some partial sun later today, but it's going to be a cold night because of that clearing sky.
All right. Thank you so much. Still to come, more on record-breaking COVID-19 numbers from Monroe County as cases continue to surge. That story and the rest of your morning headlines when News 8 at Sunrise continues.